dear.
But I don't want to go out, Mother.
Now tell Mother what's the matter this time.
I don't want to go out because she's out there.
Gogo. What's this terrible quarrel about?
I'm building a wagon, Mother.
Yes?
And she wants to build a dollhouse.
Well, why don't you make a wagon and why doesn't she build a doll's house?
Because she's got all the boards.
Won't she divide the boards?
But that won't do any good. I need all the boards. A wagon needs a lot of boards. A dollhouse doesn't need many. A dollhouse doesn't even need anything.
Why doesn't it need anything?
Because it isn't worth anything.
Gogo, you must not annoy your mother anymore. Run out and play, dear. Please.
All right, I'll go. But I'll never speak to her again as long as I live.
And they were all my boards, Mother. They were in my yard, and he came over and took them.
Then what did you do?
I took them back.
Oh, but darling, you must be generous and share your boards.
I did, Mother, but he wants them all.
Now, dear, be nice to Gogo. You know his mother's very ill. Now, please run out and play and make up with it.
I'll go out, but I'll never make up with him. I never want to see him again, forever and ever and ever. He's nasty. He's selfish. He's just an old person. Gogo! Hello.
Oh, hello.
I'll give you just one more board. This one, a big one, see?
What good is one board?
But it's such a big one you can split it. And anyway, you can make your wagon smaller.
You don't know anything about a wagon.
If you weren't selfish, you'd help me build a
A
dollhouse.
dollhouse.
It's just as good as a
It
wagon.
isn't any good. What do you do with it after you've done it?
What can a wagon do?
A wagon can do anything. It can haul.
Haul what?
How do you know when there's somebody who wants something to be hauled? Maybe.
You can't make a wagon anyway.
I can if you have all the boards, can I?
But doesn't a wagon have to have wheels?
Yes, of course they do.
You haven't any wheels. Oh, no, you don't.
I didn't say anything, did I?
I know what you were thinking about.
But if I hauled something, we could buy 100 wheels.
I don't want 100 wheels.
I could buy 1,000 wheels.
I want these. Look what you've done. Look at her face.
Oh, she looks the same to me.
I will never play with you again. I'd rather play with any other boy in Paris. And you get in your own yard.
I'd rather play with any other girl in Paris, and I'm going in my own yard.
Go in your own yard and see if I care.
And don't you ever come in my yard either.
Gogo,
What?
do that again.
Do what?
Yeah. It's so funny, why do you do it with your thumb? This finger's supposed to do it, but you always do.
I'll do it my own way.
Gogo, do it again, I'll give you a board.
I don't want a board.
I'll give you 2 boards.
I don't want any boards.
Gogo, look. Yeah.
Madame Dorian! Quick! Yes? Oh, Madame Dorian, please! Send for the doctor, quick! Gogo! Go! Quick, please. Come, darling. Hurry.
Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus...
J'ai ramassé, j'ai mis sur son lit, mais j'ai tellement peur.
Fetch a priest.
Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nos et in hora mortis nostri. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictatus fructus ventris tui, Jesus. Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nos et in hora mortis nostri.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever.
Oh, Gogo, don't cry.
And there they were, before his tent on the battlefield. Oh, I remember as if it were yesterday, before his tent in Grancy. And as I rode up to the general, the great Napoleon himself, je mets pied à terre, comprenez?
Oui, you got off your horse.
Dismounted.
I dismounted, giving the grand salute, and waited orders.
I wish we could keep him here with us, with Mimsey. These relatives in London shouldn't be gentle or understanding with him. Such a strange child, and so sensitive. Well, I suppose we shall know soon.
Duquesnoy, said the great Napoleon. Major Duquesnoy. Quick!
Crack, crack.
Ah, c'est bien ça. It was a night in late autumn. Frost was on the ground, but there were no fires lighted that the enemy might see. And there they sat, Napoleon and its general. Quick! Quick!
Mrs. Dorian, please.
What name, please, sir?
Colonel Forsyth from London.
Madame Dorian has been expecting you. Won't you please come in, sir?
Thank you.
Quick!
Crack.
Crack.
Ah, that is better. If you do not answer if I say crick, how do I know you are paying attention?
You got off your horse.
Dismounted.
Duquesnoy, said the great Napoleon.
Yes, there they are.
They?
My daughter.
Oh, yes.
They're about the same age, and the dearest children together I've ever seen. I'm afraid it's another loss. Gogo! Your uncle is here from London.
How do you do, sir? And this is your daughter? How do you do, my dear?
How do you do?
Well, let's have a look at you. Yes. Yes, you have your mother's eyes. And what have we here? Ah, sturdy. Sturdy. That's very important on a horse. And a good wrist. Good hand. A fine figure of a horseman. Many ladies will watch you ride by, my boy. And now, sir, we'll be on our way to your new home.
What new home?
Wait until you see it.
But where is it?
Ah, that's a surprise.
The home is not here in Paris?
No.
I don't want to go away from Paris.
Little boys don't choose where they want to go.
But I can't leave Paris.
And why not?
Because I can't.
What?
I can't.
Alors, Joseph, mettez la main là avec le côté et les valises à l'intérieur de la voiture. Hein?
The desperate love between children. Is there anything in the world forgotten so soon?
I would say, Colonel, it was forgotten the last thing of all.
All right, run along, say goodbye to your little playmate.
Hello. Hello. Are you going away somewhere too? No.
Thank you for looking after him. Well, where is the lad?
Gogo!
You wait right there now.
In here.
Come back here. You young scamp.
Don't take me away! Mimsey! Don't! Mimsey! Mimsey, I'll be back! Don't! Don't take me away! Don't! Mimsey! Don't take me! Don't!
Gogo. What sort of name is that?
It's my name.
Your name? Who gave it to you?
She did.
Yeah, stop it, lad. What's your real name?
Pierre?
Pierre Pasquier. No, no, that will never do. Your mother was English. She was an Ibbetson. And you're going to be English, too. An English gentleman that I should be proud of. I have it. Peter. That's your name should be Peter. Yes. Yes, Peter. You may take my family name and be Peter Forsyth. Or you can take your mother's name.
I'll take my mother's name.
Very well, then. From now on, your name shall be Peter Ibbetson.
Leaving early, huh?
Yes, but I'm leaving by Greenwich time, not Slade's time. It's 5 minutes to 6 now. Fast in the morning and slow at night.
What difference does it make what time it is?
What's that?
Nothing.
Look here, Peter. What do you keep saying things like that for? As if you had some kind of joke that no one else knew.
No reason. No reason at all.
You know, I think there's something wrong with you. Maybe you should come along with us oftener and forget it.
Where?
Well, there's all London on the whole night.
We begin with gin bitters and barmaids and end up with an aching head.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
Well, what else is there to do?
Nothing.
Well, I'd rather have barmaids and gin than nothing.
I'd rather have nothing. Although I give you, it's better than having an uncle that talks of nothing but hawks and spavins.
There he goes again.
Well, have it your own way.
You can stay here and work if you like. We're off.
Goodbye.
Pull down the shades and lock the door, Peter.
That's a silly looking.
Bless me. Bless my soul. What was that?
I'm sorry, sir. I threw something.
Bless my soul. Oh, it's quite all right, of course. But I don't know why you should be angry. That looks very satisfactory. Very satisfactory. You've evidently solved that problem, Peter. Well, good night, Peter.
Mr. Slade.
Yes, Peter?
Mr. Slade, I'm leaving you. I'm through.
Bless me, Peter.
I've had all of London I want. I'm fed up with everything I can think of. Plans and buildings and people and fog and everything else. I'm going to America.
Peter, you can't do that. Why, you are the most promising young man in my employ. I should hate to lose you. You can become the most prominent architect in London if you'll just apply yourself.
Well, I don't feel very much like applying myself.
Oh, Peter, what you need is a rest. You've been working steadily. Take a holiday and go to Paris. Go to Paris and play.
Why? It isn't any good, sir.
What is it, Peter? A lady?
No.
What then?
I don't know.
Well, whatever it is, it's no good running away from it. Being happy ain't in places. Being happy is inside of you. And I think you ought to be a little ashamed, Peter, a fine big young man like you.
That's right, sir. Give it to me. It is a little funny, though. Here I am with everything to be happy about, and I'm not. And here you are, as happy as anybody. And, well, you have plenty to be unhappy about if you wanted to.
Don't you go feeling sorry for me. I've got everything a person needs, I have. I can hear things and smell them and see them, too. Those I want to.
Do you mean you can see things?
Of course I see them. I can tell you about some things just as good as you can. And I know what that model looks like. And I've seen the way the ocean comes in and goes all white when it swishes down. And flowers.
But,
and...
sir, you can't really see those things. You were born...
Yes, Peter, I was born blind. But I've seen things just the same.
But how could you... I mean...
You don't see just with your eyes. It's inside of you someplace. Some of them said it was dreams. But I says it's because I had to see that way.
Well, sir, it's too much for me.
But that's because you ain't never had to make anything happen inside of you. You'll find out what's wrong. And it'll be there, Peter.
Well, sir, I wish it were as easy as it sounds.
You try the holiday. I don't really want you to leave us, Peter.
Well, sir, I'll go to Paris, and I'll come back.
Oh, you make me very happy, Peter. Very happy indeed. Good night.
Par ici, s'il vous plaît, mesdames et messieurs, nous voici dans la salle des paysages et des marines. Un paysage de la tempête par Fragonard, une marine par le peintre anglais Turner, la pastorelle de Delacroix, un autre magnifique spécimen de Delacroix.
The way the ocean comes in and goes all white as it swishes down.
Dis donc, regardez, ça ressemble à la place derrière de notre maison.
Mais
Regardez.
oui, c'est la même place.
Oui, exactement.
Mais
comme chez
c'est
nous,
magnifique.
ça,
Je suis contente.
Voudrais bien être là maintenant.
Oui, moi aussi.
Non.
Le machin, marche pas, n'est-ce pas?
Why don't you try telling me in English?
Oh, you're English.
Robert, I knew you was English. I've been watching you sitting over there. Look, I'll be through my turn here in a bit. Wait for me.
Why not?
Really? Oh, that would not be nice. Oh.
Well, that's funny. What's the matter with them?
Oh, I don't know. Nothing, I suppose. But they're just not like a... Well, like you.
Oh, like me.
Hmm.
There never was anybody quite like me.
Oh, now you don't pull my leg.
All right, I won't.
Oh, I know you won't. Don't even know if I have any.
No leg.
You're an odd one. You don't care if I have any, do you?
Oh, yes.
Oh, no, you don't. Do you?
Oh, yes, I do.
Who is she?
Who's who?
The lady.
There is no lady.
Oh, come off it now. Young man like you wouldn't be feeling the way you do if there wasn't a lady mixed up in it.
There is no lady. I wish there were.
What then?
Nothing. Do you want some wine?
Yes.
Why does everyone ask that question?
Oh, well, now, you don't need to grouse over it. All I asked was, I really...
I'm not grousing. All right, forget it, please.
All right. You see?
Quick. Wait a minute.
Monsieur le major de Quenois. Le petit anglais. Monsieur Gogo. Je suis Gogo.
Quick. Clac. 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 Gentil, petit Gogo.
Oui.
Oui, oui.
Il est si fatigué, monsieur.
Au revoir, monsieur le major.
Au revoir, monsieur Gogo. Au revoir. À bientôt. À bientôt.
Come on, finish your wine.
Oh, hurry.
We're going down the street.
Oh.
Garçon?
Where?
The house where I used to live.
L'addition, s'il vous plaît.
Oui, monsieur.
Come on. Let's go and see if it's still there.
All right.
Merci bien, monsieur.
You're a queer one. All the places to go in Paris and you hustle me out into the country.
Come on, here it is.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Is this where you live?
Yes, here.
Oh, it's a bit run down, isn't it?
And she lived there.
Who's she? Oh, look.
The kid I played...
Peter, a swing! Oh. Come on, Peter, swing me. I haven't had a swing since...
Hey, look.
Whee!
It was right here. The wagon. I wish I could show you that wagon. Maybe you think you've seen wagons, but
Whee!
I want to tell you it was the craziest.
Oh, Peter, swing me.
You should have seen the boards. They were boards, I suppose, and it had some wheels. Yes, it certainly had wheels. And they went round and the thing moved.
Peter, come on.
The bench. We crawled under there. Yes, we certainly did. Hello.
There he is, sir. Peter!
How do you do, Mr. Slade?
Peter, I was sorry to ride and break into your holiday, but I knew you wouldn't fail me.
No, sir.
And I hope you're rested, for you've some more traveling to do.
Yes?
To Yorkshire. Oh, you've heard no doubt of the Duke of Tower.
Oh, yes.
Yes. At the Duke's place in Yorkshire, he has decided to tear down the old stables and replace them with new ones. So you must go on the train at once.
Very well. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, there's one thing more, Peter. The Duke, or probably the Duchess, was more than anxious that whoever I sent was as near being a gentleman as possible.
Oh, gentleman.
Yes. You will live there, it seems, for quite a stretch. It means that you will be in very close contact with the family and
as you say, they want a gentleman.
You speak my very thoughts.
The holiday, it was successful, I hope.
Very.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm very glad. There's nothing like a holiday. Paris and the ladies. There were ladies, Peter.
Yes, there was a lady.
A lady? Oh, dear, that sounds serious. Was she beautiful?
She was very beautiful. She was 8 years old, still wore a little white dress, and I shall never forget her.
Oh, bless me. 8 years old. Oh, bless my soul.
Here in the country, we don't get the fog that London gets. I understand it's been fine in London, too.
Very fine. And I suppose those are the stables?
Yes, sir.
Well, they've seen their best day, all right.
Yes, sir, they have. And a long day it's been, too.
I'll go down and have a look at them.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ibbetson?
Yes?
I'm the Duchess of Towers.
How do you do?
How do you do? I expected you this morning.
Well, I missed my train.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what we want here. You see, we need more room in the stables. So we want an addition built onto that end there. A new wing to match exactly what you see down here.
Oh, you don't want entirely new stables?
Certainly not.
Well, I'm sorry. I had a fine idea, I think. I was going to have the stables sort of, almost a new building. Using part of what's there, of course, but with a new roof to match your house, as if they'd been built near the same time. Understand?
Yes, I see what you mean, but we wouldn't tear down the old stables for anything, Mr. Ibbetson.
Well, they're your stables. You want this wing
to match the other exactly.
Yeah. Well, this is just a rough sketch. An idea that'll make them all seem new again.
I don't want them to seem new.
Well, I don't mean new the way you mean. They'll look as old as ever, but, well, the only chance to have any beauty about them and have them conform to your own house is to, well, something like that.
There's really no use wasting any time about it, Mr. Ibbetson. I've told you just what we want. All you have to do is just go ahead and do it.
You want the wing to match that?
Yes.
Well, I can't do it.
Why not?
Because I don't like it.
Oh, and just what has that got to do with it?
Because I can't do anything I don't like.
I see. It hurts your artistic temperament, perhaps.
Well, it hurts something, and if I were a horse, I wouldn't even live in it.
I'll send Jenkins up to pack your bag, Mr. Ibbetson.
Thank you, Your Grace. I've enjoyed my visit very much.
You're impertinent.
And I intended to be such a gentleman.
Come in. I brought you some dinner, sir.
Really? Well. What time is it, Jenkins?
8:15, sir.
And my train leaves?
Yeah, 9:15 in exactly 1 hour, sir.
Well, that singing, is that the Duchess, too?
Oh, no, sir. That is a lady called Jingy from the opera. Of course, you've heard of her.
Indeed. Evidently a party.
No, sir. Just a few friends. Will you require anything else, sir?
No, thanks. Oh, just one thing more.
Yes, sir.
Will you give this to her, Grace? And tell her I repay her for this lovely dinner.
Very good, sir. Thank you. I beg pardon, Your Grace. The young man upstairs asked me to give you this in order to repay you for the lovely dinner, he says.
Jenkins.
Your Grace.
Has Mr. Ibbetson left at the station yet?
No, Your Grace.
I think possibly you'd better tell Mr. Ibbetson that the night train is a very poor one and that he'd better wait over until the morning. And, Jenkins, you might ask Mr. Ibbetson if he'd care to come down and hear the music.
Very good, Your Grace. My dear, what in the world has happened?
Look. The young architect with whom I quarreled. He's drawn a picture of the stables as he would like to do them. Evidently the horses agree with him.
Rather impertinent, I should say.
Yes. A very impertinent young man.
Hello.
Hello.
I'd be so glad to be there.
We might go down together.
Yes, we might. It has been a long time since you've been.
You're smiling, Mr. Ibbetson. You saw something in the garden, perhaps, that made you smile?
I thought so, yes. I thought I saw the new stables. Built my way, and they were very beautiful.
Have you always had your own way?
Oh, since I was so high.
And I've always had my own way since I was so high.
No one can remember that far back.
Oh, I can. Who are you, Mr. Ibbetson?
An architect.
Oh, yes, and something of an artist, too.
Well, my dear, I've some news for you, and good news, too.
Oh, really?
I just traded Willett out of a horse. I traded old Major for his colt. He's a beauty, unbroken and with plenty of spirit. It'll be good sport to break him.
Well, I'm very glad if you are, dear. Perhaps you've gathered, Mr. Ibbetson, that my husband is very much interested in horses. Possibly Mr. Ibbetson isn't quite so interested in them.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're going to build our stables?
Oh, yes, indeed he is. And he's decided to do them my way, haven't you?
A slight difference of opinion, I hear. I hope you stand by your convictions. Are you fond of horses?
Well, I'm afraid the way I was brought up didn't give me any great fondness for them.
Well, every man to his choice, of course.
If you're not interested, I warn you to change the subject quickly. Because my husband talks horses quite as well as he rides them. And he's a very fine horseman.
I'm sure he is.
It'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
That little colt's my special favorite, and he doesn't like the rain a bit.
He doesn't either. All he needs is a pipe, slippers, and a mug of ale.
Well, the work's nearly finished, isn't it?
Odds and ends, nearly.
And very nice, too. Thank you, sir.
I hope you can write Mr. Slade. I was a gentleman.
Oh, yes, you've been most patient with me, and with my stupidity.
No, I've enjoyed it thoroughly. I mean...
Put on the deeper curve, I think.
Give me the other bit. Yes, here.
Take him to the clearing back of the paddock.
Yes.
I'll ride him there.
I do wish you'd let Richards ride him first.
Oh, we'll get along famously. We understand each other. Or we will.
Coming along, he has sense, learns quickly.
It was a fine exhibition.
Oh, well, he rides horses almost as well as he talks them. Isn't that what you said? Everybody can do something. As for you, Mr. Ibbetson, you ought to be congratulated, too. The stables are coming along very nicely indeed.
Thank you very much.
I noticed they were finally built your way.
Oh, yes. Yes, I can see now that I was quite wrong about them.
Well, I'd better go up and change.
He is a good horseman.
Are you a little envious?
Perhaps.
Well, we can all do something. But what can I do?
Smile.
Oh,
And quite enough.
how gallant.
Well, I better get back to what I can do.
You know, I think it's going to rain after all. You better get your little house and your papers back under their shed again. There's quite a storm gathering. I dreamed about a storm last night. It was rather like that. The sun was shining quite brightly here, and over there it was so black. We were out driving in a coach and four.
I never saw anything so black. You were very frightened, but you were smiling.
Yes, I was. I was terribly frightened. And when the storm broke and the horses started running...
I was just as frightened as you were, only I pretended I wasn't.
Yes, I know you were.
Do you remember my saying to you...
Yes, and when they got to the river, the horses would stop.
And after we came to the river?
I can't think.
What are we talking about? How could we both know what happened there?
Where? Oh, you mean in the dream?
Yes, the dream. But how is it we could both be there, and how could we both know about it?
Well, I don't know, but... Well, I assure you it can't be very important, Mr. Ibbetson. It must be just a coincidence.
Now, wait a minute. We can't laugh it away that easily.
But it's nothing. Nothing. We were probably talking about horses last evening, and... Well, I remember discussing the storm that was brewing, and indeed, here it is.
Yes, but why should it happen to us?
Mr. Ibbetson, we're not mystics. I suggest that we both forget about it.
Well, we are reflective tonight. No trouble with the stables, I hope, Mr. Ibbetson?
Oh, no.
And you are pleased?
Oh, very much so.
And how much longer, Mr. Ibbetson, before the stables will be completed?
Oh, 2 or 3 days.
That soon?
About.
A quick job, I should say. And how long have you been here, Mr. Ibbetson?
2 months tomorrow.
Just.
And how long have you been in love with my wife, Mr. Ibbetson?
No, thank you.
String beans. Early this season, Jenkins. Or are these beans from our garden?
Yes, Your Grace.
And how does the garden grow this season, Jenkins? Average?
Better than average, Your Grace. In fact, I've never seen it better.
That would be all, Jenkins. Explain yourself.
I'm not a fool, my dear. And don't try to take me for one. I mean, you're in love. But that is obvious and not to the point. The point is, Mr. Ibbetson, are you to be congratulated again?
Meaning?
Meaning, just where do we stand? Has it gone beyond a kiss yet?
Why don't you answer him?
What for? Yes, what for?
Have we ever so much as touched fingers?
No.
Have we ever given such a thing a thought?
I've given nothing else a thought. Have you?
A lover's quarrel.
Are you afraid of him?
Watch your tongue, sir.
I'll watch nothing. I'll tell you everything instead. I'll tell you what you've done. Do you know what you've done for me? You've made life bearable. You've rid me of a pain in my heart I've carried all my life. She was a little girl, and I've carried her in my heart and brain. A little girl in a little garden. We were torn apart. All women have faded before her face until I saw yours. And now I'm rid of her. I look at you and don't see her. I see you.
Greg.
Greg.
Never mind, Catherine. Please don't bother tonight.
Anything else I can do, Your Grace?
Nothing, thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
I think everything's been packed, sir. If you care to
Take them down to the carriage.
I hope I haven't.
Take them down to the carriage.
I just want to know how things are.
What things?
Does the young man still leave in the morning?
He does.
And you will regret it. Of course.
That has nothing whatever to do with it.
My dear, I may not be your great lover, but I have the pride of one.
And?
I must be very sure that the Duchess of Towers is the Duchess of Towers.
I'm not a barmaid.
I grant you. So it will be unnecessary to forbid you to even see him again.
I do not intend to see him again.
Very good. And now we'll forget all about it, won't we?
All about it.
Come here.
Tonight, now. We're leaving here.
You couldn't go. Could you?
Not without you.
Peter, we can't.
Listen, Mary. I loved you years ago and I lost you. And I've never known a moment's peace from that day until now. I went back to that garden not long ago and you were still there. In that funny little white dress. And I knew then that I had never loved anyone else and never could. And then I met you here. I didn't know it was you, but I fell in love with you again. And I'm not going to lose you again, not ever. I don't want any more of life, Mary, without you.
Where were you, Peter, all these years? You didn't try to find me.
We'll make up for it.
We said we'd find each other.
The train leaves in a little while. We'll see him first and tell him, and then we'll wait in the station.
We can't.
You mean you don't care enough?
Oh, Peter.
What else could it be? You got married. I didn't. You forgot our garden.
Yes, that's it. I forgot, didn't I? Do you know how much I forgot? Oh, yes, I forgot the garden and the little white dress. That's why I kept it, I suppose. And then I got married, didn't I? And that couldn't have been because life was so empty that nothing mattered.
Mimsey.
They tore it all to pieces, pulling me down out of the tree.
Get dressed.
I'm afraid.
Why?
I don't know. But he's been kind. We'd have to hurt him.
We can't help that. That isn't reason enough for losing each other. Do you remember this afternoon at the stables? We found we even shared each other's dreams.
What was that, Peter?
I don't know. But I do know that we knew what had happened. And I know this. No two people could be so close if they weren't meant to love each other. It isn't right that they should think of anything else. You know that, Mary.
Yes. Of course I know that.
Mimsey, it's you.
Very, very pretty. I should have waited for your permission, Mr. Ibbetson, before coming into my wife's bedroom.
I'm sorry.
The instant you thought I had gone...
That's a lie.
Peter.
My wife protects her lover. A woman as I've never seen her before. A woman in love at last.
Yes, we do love each other. We've loved each other all our lives. And there isn't anything any of us can do about it. He is not my lover. We would have gone away, but there couldn't be anything behind your back.
I've heard enough. But you're right, my dear. You will not make love behind my back. I'll give you your one chance. There never lived a Duke of Towers would give you any other. Get into your lover's arms.
Still trying to starve yourself to death, are you?
His lordship don't like the cuisine.
Quiet. Quiet, you. I'll tell you what the governor says. He says you got a sentence to serve, and you're going to serve it. Tomorrow we'll shove it down your throat.
With the Duchess's regard.
I said quiet. There's your water.
Will you stay with us a while, Mr. Towers?
How can he stay? He's got a date with the Duchess tonight.
I thought he was here for life.
You're gonna meet her after that.
Sure, after what?
In jail for life for a wench.
Oh, but she was worth it. I've been here 16 years, and I know.
Well, I've been here 10. Only I croaked her instead of the gent.
Sure, she was worth it, wasn't she, Mr. Towers? Tell us all about her. Come on, tell us all, Mr. Towers. Tell us all.
Quiet! Get back her!
Charges! You must like the dungeons. 10 days aren't enough for you, eh?
40 lashes won't caught him.
A born troublemaker he is.
Won't eat, won't talk, won't even hear you.
You'll hear the whip.
They'll all hear it. If there's one more peep out of any one of them tonight.
Light the gas.
But how much longer, Miss Ibbetson, before the stables will be completed?
Has it gone beyond a kiss yet? The children have grown up. My wife protects her lover. The honor of my house has been violated. Get into your lover's arms.
I will content myself with passing upon you the sentence of the law, which is life imprisonment.
Order! That is how it happened. My husband fired first.
Guilty. In passing sentence, this court regrets that the only punishment it can give to the woman whose unholy love brought about this tragedy is the reproaches of her conscience.
They can't keep us apart. We'll find a way.
I won't go. I won't go. No, I won't go, I tell you. I tell you I won't go. Let go of me. Let go.
I should not let that up. I'm tired of my head.
It's fine.
Worse than I thought.
Not much we can do for him.
Not worth moving in Bordeaux.
Can't last long. Hopeless.
Peter. Peter, dear. Peter.
Mary. Mary.
Listen, dear. Listen. You're free, Peter. You're free.
Free?
Take my hand. We're going to escape.
Come.
Take my hand.
It's a dream.
Come, Peter.
It is a dream.
Peter. Peter. Listen to me. don't you understand? We're dreaming together, just as we did once before.
But it isn't real.
Who is to say what is real and what is not real? We're dreaming true. A dream that is more than a dream. Oh, you must believe me.
Believe. Lies. All this is a lie I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming you. I'm dreaming myself. I'm not talking to you here. I'm sleeping over there with a broken back. It's going to be a long sleep because I made up my mind I'm going to die tonight.
I know. You know. And you will unless...
I'm talking to you as if you were really here.
I am here. Oh, you must believe that, Peter. It's our only chance. Don't ask why. Just believe. Perhaps it's because our love is so deep. Oh, Peter, don't you see what is before us? We can be together not only now, but always. It's happening now. It's happened before. And we can make it happen again.
No! No! In a moment you'll disappear. And I can't wake up to this again. Leave me alone! Leave me alone!
I won't let you die. I love you. You're driving me from you. I must find some way. Peter, look. Listen to me. Do you see this ring? Is it real? Remember it. If I promise to send it to you tomorrow, will you try to live until then? When you get this ring here tomorrow, then will you believe? Look at it. Unless I'm really here now, I couldn't know to send it to you. Look at it. Do you see it?
Yes.
Remember it. You'll get this ring tomorrow.
Mary. Tomorrow.
Not remove him, poor devil.
Can't last long.
Mary. Tomorrow.
What are you doing? Getting this dead man out of here.
Thought I told you to get him out last night.
The warden sent us on another job.
He's alive. He's what? He's alive.
Did it come?
Did what come?
Peter Ibbetson. I see no reason why it can't be arranged.
I think it can't, Warder. The man died last night.
Aren't you mistaken, Doctor? I feel sure he is alive.
I examined it myself.
I would know if he were dead. I feel... Will you take this ring to him at once?
Madam.
Please.
It didn't come. You mean this?
It's real.
Of course it's real.
It's true?
It's a ring.
It looks like a ring. It isn't. It's the walls of a world. Inside it is the magic of all desire. Inside it is where she lives. And everything inside leads to her. Every street, every path, and the eighth sea of the world. It's our world.
Peter. There's no one here but you and me. Look. I'll give you just one more board.
I didn't know whether it was really there. I was afraid...
But you needn't be afraid, Peter. The strangest things are true, and the truest things are strange. What are you going to do?
I'm going to build a wagon I never finished.
Look, there are tracks.
We made them in the mud yesterday, remember?
So we could walk in them when they dried. How clear it is.
Clear as the top of the world.
It is the top of the world.
Of course. We came from way down there.
Tiptoe on top of the world.
Listen.
Do you hear it?
Is it music?
Music, sir? I heard it today, and I brought it with me so you could hear it, too. I knew you'd like it.
And I have a gift for you. It's why I brought you here. Would you be good enough to look?
Oh, Peter, how beautiful. How did you do it?
I built it for you. Out of the clouds, the heavens, and the stars. All very simple.
All very beautiful.
Yes.
Let's go in. What's the matter?
We can't go in. A breath would blow it away.
Don't think such things. They'll come true. We're free forever as long as we live.
As long as we live?
As long as we live.
Listen. What's that?
The music of the organ, that's all.
Listen.
Don't you hear it? It's the thunder of the world.
Mary?
Peter. Peter. We lost each other. And it might happen again for always. We made the storm and the terror, Peter.
I know.
We didn't believe. We ran.
I made you afraid. You see, I can't quite get the chains off my feet.
No more words. No more fears. They divide us. Maybe we are still too much tied to our bodies back there to be quite free, but always we can come here. We'll be with each other every possible moment.
Every moment.
As long as we live. For years and years and years.
Very faint. The wonder is it beats it all. Strangest case I've ever known. Young man, you're going to live.
Live. Yes. For years and years. And years.
Grace, you're tired. Your Grace, you're as light as a sheet.
I'm quite all right, Catherine. Now just please go.
Ah, but you're not all right, Your Grace. You even have a fever. I'll get the doctor straight away.
I don't want the doctor.
But, Your Grace...
Please, just go, Catherine.
Very well.
Mary, what?
It's all right. I'm frightened, that's all. A little.
What are you frightened about?
It's all right, really. Peter, hold my hand. Peter.
Yes, dear.
Listen, darling. There's something we have to face. It's something... We can't meet here forever.
I hadn't thought about that.
It's been too close to heaven.
How much longer?
Oh, a lot longer. Look, we're both so young. A lot longer. Peter, hold my hands.
Mary.
It's cold. Hold my hands, Peter. Tighter.
Mary.
I will make all arrangements. Don't take it so hard. Death comes to us all.
Peter.
Mary.
I'm here beside you.
I hear your voice, but I can't see you.
Oh, hear me then, my dear. I've such a little time. I feel that I'm hanging to a windowsill by my wrists, but I had to reach you. I fought my way back to bring you peace. Every thought, every fear that you've had, I know already. That's why I had to come back to you. Oh, Peter, you do hear me.
Yes, Mary.
There's so much to say and so little time to say it in. I'm waiting for you.
Then there is something else, Mary, beyond.
Oh, Peter, I knew how to tell you about it before I left. But here there are no words for such loveliness. a loveliness greater than any we've known. I can hear the flowers growing and the bells pealing for life and for death. You will have just begun to live, Peter.
Mary,
I know. There is nothing more to say. Goodbye, my loved one. No more fear. No more pain. Rest well for such a little while. And then we will be together. Forever.
Mary. 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 You've forgotten your gloves. You mustn't lose them. I'm coming to get them.